Hey guys, Nick Ritchie here. I just wanted to shoot this quick video for you on how to set up your ideal daily calorie intake. A lot of people have been asking me lately, how many calories should I be consuming per day in order to reach my bikini body goals? So if you're wanting to shrink your waistline, tone your arms, and be able to, really just lift your booty and tone your legs, listen on, because I'm going to share with you, one, why your calorie intake is really important, and two, how to set up your daily calorie intake. So all food is energy, and when you eat food, it gets converted in the body. Now, it's a little bit like, say for example, the plants. The plants absorb sunlight. That's the energy that they absorb, and then of course they grow. When we eat the plants, we get a certain amount of energy from the plant, and then we obviously use that energy to run the body. Now, for a lot of people, getting enough energy is not the problem. The problem is too much energy. So we're really just filling up our car with too much gas, and it's spilling out all over the side of the car. When we eat too much energy each day, we have spillover in the form of body fat on your love handles and spilling over body muffin top over your jeans. So the trouble is not necessarily people eating too little, but people eating too much in the Western world. So the ideal is not to completely restrict calories. We want you to be eating as much food as possible while being able to lose as much weight as possible. And you want to be able to prevent long-term plateaus, and they happen from caloric restriction that's in too much of a deficit. So in other words, you're eating too little for too long, and then of course your body gets used to the small amount of food you're eating, and it lowers its metabolism. So you had a problem called a plateau, and then in order to get past that plateau, you do everything you can and you still can't budge the weight. That's the situation we want to avoid. So we want to set up your ideal calorie intake. Now this is a little bit tricky without working with you, which we work with all our members to make sure we set up their caloric intake correctly. But here's some basic guidelines on how to set up your caloric intake. So let's take your body weight. Let's say, for example, you weigh 60 kg. Well, if you're weighing 60 kg, then we really want to times your body weight by 2.2 in order to get the pounds in that one. So if we're able to get 60 kg times 2.2, now because I don't know the numbers for that one, let's say 90 kg, you weigh 90 kg times 2.2, that one equals 200. So let's say you're 200 pounds, that's your body weight. So you weigh 90 kgs, times it by 2.2, you get that number 200. Then we want to take that number 200 and times it by 14 or 15. If we times it by say 15, then we get 3,000. Now that number there will give us our calorie amount, right? So 3,000 calories per day. Now you know how to set your ideal calorie intake, but here's my disclaimer: that's not everyone's maintenance. Some people are eating far less than what they should be. So that calculation I just provided you there, that's the calculation that we typically use in order to set the ideal amount of maintenance calories per day. Now we want to subtract 500 calories from that number. So we've got 3,000, we want to subtract 500, which equals 2,500. So now we're at 2,500 calories per day to lose weight. Yeah, and that's a simple equation. Now, some people will start off at 2,500 calories and they'll start gaining weight. Why is that? The reason for that is because they've typically throughout the day, they've been eating less than 2,500 calories, right? And if you're consistently eating less than 2,500 calories per day, then if you start eating 1,200 calories per day, you're going to gain weight. So you really want to work out how many calories you've been eating per day, and we do this for all of our members inside of the members area, inside of our Bikini Body program at RichFit. But that's a simple equation. You can start off with less than that. Let's say, for example, you just say, oh, well, as an example, I think that I'll start off with 2,000 calories, right, for a woman. That's typically, an okay starting point. But without knowing, where you're at this point, then we're not too sure where you should start. But the above equation for a lot of people is how you would set up your ideal calorie intake. For a lot of people who've been eating a decent amount of calories per day, that equation is really set up for people who are doing some exercise, who are eating, an average amount of food per day. If you're like a lot of women and you've been dieting a lot, and you've been, dieting and then going back to your quote normal diet and then dieting again and then going back to your normal diet and then dieting, and one holiday comes up, you lose weight for that, and then the holiday finishes, or on the holiday you eat a lot and you end up gaining a bunch of weight, and then you go on another diet for a friend's party or a wedding, and then after that you put on a whole bunch of weight again, and then does this sound similar? It's a problem for a lot of women, right? That constant fluctuation in weight rather than stabilizing it. So we help all of our members to stabilize their body weight, set up the correct calorie intake. That equation that you see on the screen there, that's the ideal equation that most people use who are exercising and who are eating an average amount. You might want to start off your calorie numbers eating 1,500 calories per day or something like that. That's still pretty low. That's considered pretty low, but for some women who have been dieting for a long time, then sometimes that's the amount of calories they need to eat in order to lose weight. So let us know if you found this video useful, if you have any questions, and we'll look forward to catching up with you hopefully in the members area real soon. And if you haven't got your free online bikini body program, which is a introduction tutorial program that's inside of our members area, it gives you access to some of our content, then definitely click the link below and grab that.